Wake up, sunshine. Or should I say, wake up because your $800 slab of glass and rare earth minerals decided 6:45 a.m. was the optimal window for your cortisol to spike. You didn't choose that alarm tone, by the way. An engineer in Cupertino spent 3 weeks testing which frequency would best trigger your fight-or-flight response without making you throw the phone across the room. Welcome to your life, or what's left of it. You think you're the captain of this ship? Buddy, you're not even the guy cleaning the bilge. You're just a passenger on a self-driving Tesla that's currently recalculating the fastest route to your own irrelevance. Look at you, stumbling to the kitchen like a zombie in a low-budget horror flick. You pop a K-cup into the machine because the Amazon algorithm noticed you were down to your last 3 pods and suggested a reorder before you even realized you were thirsty. You didn't pick the roast, you picked the one with the 4.8-star rating and the Amazon's Choice badge because thinking for yourself is exhausting, right? It's like high school all over again, but instead of a mean girl telling you your shoes are ugly, it's a server farm in Northern Virginia telling you that you're a medium roast kind of guy. Groundbreaking. And then there's the morning commute. You don't decide which way to drive anymore. Google Maps tells you to take a left through a sketchy alleyway to save 45 seconds, and you do it. If Google told you to drive into the Hudson River because the bridge has a 3-minute delay, half of you would be underwater by noon, still clutching your steering wheels and saying, "But the line was red. I had no choice." We've outsourced our basic survival instincts to a voice that sounds like a librarian who's given up on life. You're not navigating, you're just following the glowing blue line like a lab rat looking for a pellet. Except the pellet is a soul-crushing job where you'll spend 8 hours clicking buttons that an AI will probably be clicking by next Tuesday. Seriously, think about your decisions today. What to eat? DoorDash showed you 3 highly recommended spots because they paid for the ad space, and now you're eating a $22 burrito that's 60% rice and 40% regret. What to watch? Netflix spent $100 million on a psychological profile of your boredom just to shove a documentary about a guy who lives with tigers down your throat. You didn't choose that. You just sat there, mouth open, letting the autoplay feature take your soul to a place of no return. It's like being in a relationship where the other person does all the talking and you're just there to nod and pay the subscription fee. Speaking of paying, if you're enjoying this slow-motion train wreck of a realization, you should probably hit that subscribe button. Not because I'm telling you to, but because the algorithm is currently analyzing your pupil dilation and it knows you're addicted to this specific brand of cynical truth. Don't fight the machine, just click the bell. It's the only decision you've made all day that actually feels good, isn't it? Go ahead, I'll wait. Or rather, the algorithm will wait, and it has much more patience than I do. Now let's talk about love. Remember when people used to meet at bars, or God forbid, through mutual friends? Now we have Tinder, the meat market app where a mathematical formula determines if you're compatible with Kaylee from Jersey City based on your mutual love for adventures and tacos. You're swiping left and right like you're playing a game of Fruit Ninja with human emotions. You think you're choosing a partner? No, you're training a neural network. The app knows you have a thing for people who look like they own a succulent shop, so it keeps feeding you the same aesthetic until you're married to a person who is basically a composite sketch of your own data points. It's not meant to be, it's statistically probable. How romantic. We've become a nation of NPCs in our own open-world game. We go to Target because the drive-up notification told us our toothpaste is low. We buy the trending water bottle because 64 influencers with the same lip filler told us it would change our lives. We don't even form our own opinions anymore. We wait for a 30-second clip on TikTok to tell us how to feel about geopolitics or the new Marvel movie. It's a specialized form of mental lobotomy delivered in high-definition 4K. Look at your smart home. Your fridge knows when you're out of milk, your thermostat knows when you're cold, your doorbell knows when the mailman is judging your lawn. We've automated every minor inconvenience out of existence, and in the process, we've automated the human out of the human experience. We used to have to argue about where to go for dinner. We used to have to get lost and find our way back. We used to have to take risks. Now, the biggest risk you take is ordering a mystery box from a YouTuber who lives in a mansion built on your collective attention spans. And don't even get me started on the work-life balance. AI is out here writing emails, generating art, and coding software while we sit in Zoom meetings talking about synergy and leveraging assets. You're not a professional. You're a prompt engineer for your own replacement. Hey ChatGPT, write a resignation letter that sounds like I'm sad to leave, but actually makes it clear I'm going to spend the next 6 months staring at a wall. We're automating the creativity, the labor, and eventually the meaning. We're working jobs we hate to buy things we don't need, prompted by algorithms we don't understand, to impress people who are busy looking at their own curated feeds. It's the American dream, version 2.0. Except in this version, the dream is a simulation, and the freedom of choice is just a colorful menu with 3 options that all lead to the same basement. We're living in a world where personalization means being put into a box so small you can't even turn around without hitting a Buy Now button. We've traded our agency for convenience, and the exchange rate is terrible. We're like those people in WALL-E, floating around in chairs, but instead of being fat and happy, we're anxious and subscribe to 16 different streaming services we never watch. You think you're different? You think you're the main character? That's exactly what the algorithm wants you to think. It's feeding you indie music and alternative fashion specifically designed to make you feel like a rebel, while you use a credit card that tracks every cent to pay for a lifestyle that was pre-approved by a committee in a boardroom you'll never see. You're not a rebel, you're a demographic. You're male, 18 to 34, interested in satire and tech cynicism. Congratulations, you've been categorized. But hey, maybe there's a silver lining. Maybe if we automate everything, we'll finally have time for the important things, like staring into the middle distance and wondering why we feel so empty. Or maybe we can finally master the art of doing absolutely nothing without feeling the crushing weight of lost productivity. Probably not, though. Your watch just buzzed. It's telling you to stand up. It's been an hour. You wouldn't want to die of a blood clot before you've had a chance to see who wins the next season of that reality show about people who get engaged through a wall, would you? The truth is, we've become addicted to the lack of choice. Decision fatigue is real, and the tech giants are the ultimate drug dealers. They're selling us the comfort of never having to fail, because if the algorithm chose it, it's not your fault if it sucks. It's the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card for the soul. The GPS told me to do it. The reviews said it was good. The feed showed it to me. We're washing our hands of our own lives one "I'm feeling lucky" click at a time. So, what's the move? Do you delete the apps? Do you throw your phone into a lake and go live in a cabin in Montana? Please, you can't even go to the bathroom without your phone. You'd be bored in 20 minutes and trying to find a signal to see if anyone liked your Back to Nature post. There is no escape. There's only the realization. You're not in control. You're a data point. You're a sequence of clicks and scrolls. You're a ghost in a machine that's very, very good at its job. But hey, at least the graphics are nice, right? At least the memes are funny. Just keep scrolling. Don't think about the void. The next video is starting in 3, 2, 1, and look at that. It's exactly what you wanted to see. Or at least, it's what you've been conditioned to want. What's the difference anyway? Enjoy the ride, passenger. The machine has it from here.